Hello and welcome to this rapid game on lead chess playing Marekmrvicka, probably. Yeah, let's go c4. Marekmrvicka. So, c4, c6. Yeah, there are a couple of things now. g3 is my main move, but I also play knight c3 and e3 sometimes. Let's do this. It's an interesting line against the Slav. Yeah, a6 here. I had the same thing with black once in a game, but I failed to remember how that continued. I remember there was queen b3 at some point, but I wonder how I get there. Queen b3 here doesn't make any sense. Queen c2 maybe or something. Let's play queen c2. I don't quite remember what happens after a6. Okay, so probably b3 now. d4 would transpose to a semi-Slav, which is okay, of course, but not the point of delaying the move d4. So he played a6, but did not really follow up on that all that much. b6, interesting. Okay, let's develop. Yeah, the interesting thing is that he's delaying his bishop on f8. One idea for white here is to play an early g4. And this makes no sense, probably no sense now, as after capturing rook g1 he can just go back. There's not a g7 pawn hanging. What I can do is I can play d4, because what he did is a little bit weird with this a6. a6 is a mostly useless move. Okay. But I can also castle first. Yeah, let's castle first. Bishop d6 is very likely to happen. Okay, that's not bad either. Yeah, I probably have to do it. White has two plans in this position mostly. One is, okay, now we get something entirely different. Was to play e4 or play something to knight to e5, but he took there. So yeah, okay, pawn takes. It's not a huge decision. Okay, so here I would like to play d5 under favorable circumstances. I can actually play it now because he cannot take twice as g7 is hanging. d5, e takes, pawn takes. Maybe he's got b5, but then I have e4. I mean, what he's doing is quite slow. Yeah, so that looks like the most aggressive try. I could have just played a rook to d1, like rook fd1, or also a4, a5 came into consideration. But this looks like the most straightforward thing. Yeah, so b5 now, or castles. If he castles, he has to... Well, he can castle maybe, as d5 might be hanging for real. No, but I have rook d1. If he castles, I can go rook d1, threaten d6, and then I have time to play a4. I would like to get a4 in. Okay, question is, which rook? fd1 or ad1? After rook ad1, yeah, I think this is right. He will play bishop d6 here, most likely. And in this scenario, a later knight d2 and then f4, e4, a central pawn roller is probably on the cards. Okay, that's interesting, because it leaves this d6 tactic open in some cases for a fork. Okay, anyway, I think I have to do this. Maybe not strictly have to do it, but it makes perfect sense to get rid of b5. b5, if he gets this in, he always has this b4 idea, trying to dislodge my c3 knight, which is the backbone here of this central structure. Knight d2 to c4, of course, that would be really nice. Not possible now. At least it is a pretty tough decision to just give up the h-pawn. Okay, so what am I going to do? There are some possible ideas. I can try to play strictly for the pawn roller, like g3, move the knight, like even to h4, and then e4, f4. That it is very straightforward and probably dangerous. The other thing that came to my attention is queen to f5, trying to bring trying to use the queen. Not sure about this. Yeah, I think I'm going for the pawn roller. Not so easy though. I mean, the queen move was interesting. If he goes knight e5 now, I think I probably go to h4, intending knight f5 or playing f4. Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. So that was the idea. It's not easy to allow knight f5 in this position. And g6 is also... Yeah, g6 is not a move you like to play. If he plays g6, I probably go e4, yeah? e4. And then idea is f4, e5. Just go for the steamroller. One scenario that can easily happen here is that I'm pushing this and then he will sacrifice a piece for the center. It's probably good for white, but not easy to play. At least not really simple to play. I wonder if... no. Just thinking a bishop to c4 is supporting everything, but then knight e5 is always coming. So that doesn't do anything. Yeah, maybe black... yeah, this is of course an idea, yeah? To get the c5 square for the bishop or knight. Okay. Or bishop b4 is also interesting. Trying to maybe take this and lessen my control over e4. Giving up the dark squared bishop though is not an easy thing to do. Okay. I think f4 that's probably premature. I don't know. It looks very, very loose for me. Yeah, this knight. I'd like to get this knight back into the game. Knight f3 for knight d4 or knight d2. Yeah, it's not a clear situation really. I mean, f4 is by far the most principled move. And maybe bishop f3 and knight g2 back. Okay, if I go f4 and put the bishop on f3, my king should be quite safe on h1. Yeah, that's the only move that makes some sense. The other player may have left the game. Why? Because I use the time? Or maybe he did think I was disconnected or something. This is a rapid game. I hope he didn't left. He didn't leave. I take a moment there. Yeah, that doesn't look good here. Ah, he's back. Oh, that's good. Wouldn't have liked to win this game by this thing. It's an interesting position, really. So, what is he going to do? I was thinking bishop c5. It's still tricky for him. I mean, the knight here has no squares, yeah, to go to. So check king h1. And then what? Don't see any piece sacrifice working on e4 or so. And I have bishop f3. That's something that I only saw a little bit late. That helps a lot, yeah? Plugging the diagonal and making e5 a realistic option again. Oh, that's not something I had on the radar. Very interesting. So I cannot take it due to e4 hanging. Okay. Wait. I can take it. But he will check me, and then if I go back, then e4 is hanging. Okay. Oh, that's a move I should have seen. Oh, that is not good at all. Phew. That's a big issue. Oh my god. Yeah, f4 felt wrong somehow. Sometimes you should trust your intuition. I kind of talked myself into this, and my initial feeling was that this is not a good move, and then I thought, okay, it's the only move that really, yeah, that has a logical flow to it somehow. But awful. That's really awful here. No, he's got b4 and then c3, and my position completely sucks. Yeah, b4, I don't know, something better even. b4, knight e2, c3, that looks terrible for me. Yeah. This one, okay. Did not expect this. Okay. Not saying it is bad, it's just that I did not have it on the radar at all. What a bad position here. Okay. Yeah, c3. c3, bishop c1, and everything looks bad, yeah? Can you... Remarkable. The only thing, if I can somehow get knight d4, b3, and then things would be a little bit less terrible, but I have to check for all kinds of tactics on the long diagonal. Like knight d4, he can probably take on e4. Bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes, bishop takes d5. Even though maybe knight d4, knight takes e4, knight b3 does work. I know he's got queen c4. Yeah, and first of all, it's black's move. I'm just checking if I have this option knight d4 at all. Okay, am I threatening e5 in this particular moment? I think I maybe do, yeah. d5, knight d5, I can take d6. That should work. I'm really not certain if it helped him to play this queen c5 check. I mean, he could have had a very similar position with the queen being flexible. Okay, so he went back with this, getting out of the immediate fork. What to do? Knight d4, b3 would be really helpful. Okay, is he threatening something? No, not yet, yeah? Okay, maybe this for bishop e3. Bishop e3 and potentially getting... I don't know. It looks like a lame move. Okay, but I have to speed up a little bit. Maybe knight e3 and e5 is also an option. It looks very weird. Yeah, I'm not sure about all this. a5, bishop a6 is something that you can try. Or just play b3 and try to play b3 with some move. I think I'm threatening bishop e3, knight d4 here, and like, I don't know what he plays here. And then I play, let's say he plays a5 or so, then bishop e3 and knight d4. It's not bad. I feel my position is not good, but I don't quite see how he's going to do it. Yeah, knight g2 was maybe a sensible move. Yeah, the knight on h4. The only purpose there would have been some piece sacrifices, and those didn't look very realistic. Here at least it supports bishop e3 and yeah, it helps to coordinate pieces. He's not. It seems he does not find anything good really. Yeah, this I've thought about, but I thought bishop e3 is good. Queen a5 and then knight d4. Maybe I'm wrong. I can also go knight d4 immediately. Queen to a5 maybe coming. Then knight b3 probably. That does not look that convincing. He also has knight c4 in some cases. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, queen a5. Okay. Knight b3, queen takes, and then maybe d6 or something like that. No, e4 is hanging. That doesn't work. Yeah, knight c6 also comes into consideration. To have e5 later. Or knight e3. Trying to support e5, but he's so often on d5. This is probably almost never working. Knight b3, queen a4. Bishop e3, knight c4 is unfortunately pretty good for him. Maybe pawn to d6. No, I still want to blunder this. Pawn to d6. Okay. So I'm giving up this pawn for the sake of pushing. Maybe he has some tactic, like knight e4 or so. No. Probably not. Doesn't quite add up, the whole thing. Still not threatening d6 because of the weak e4 pawn. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. If I push this back, at least the pressure is a bit reduced. Not too great. Knight d7 probably, or I don't know. Maybe he has some tactic. Yeah, he plays for tactics. cannot cover it really. This does not need to be all that bad. That is a pretty annoying pawn. So whatever he does, I probably go queen f2. Try to play for an attack. Knight takes, however, is some sort of self-pin, so I don't need to move the queen necessarily. My position is still a bit strange there. Okay, so queen f2, right? Looks correct. So he wants to move those. Knight e3. Let's go there. And now I've pinned myself. Okay, knight to f5. I need to go to f5 and have bishop e3, so probably here. Yeah, that's a good move, unfortunately. Really good move. Getting this is very, very bad that he gets this bishop. That was a very important hope, at least, for some play. So knight g4, knight h6 doesn't work. Okay, I have to do something. d5 is almost hanging. b2, rook c2. Yeah, not a move I like to play, but you can take d5 now. Or this one. Still not threatening knight h6, as f6 is... so he's got this under control. Jesus. Check. Right, he threatens this one. And he can take on g4, yeah. Now he just played nicely. Cannot do much about it. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, F4, I mean, I really had this hunch that I shouldn't play it, and then I still played it. I'm not sure. Maybe I actually had some chances later still. It's really tough to say. Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think that, like here, this must be good for white. I'm fairly certain. Giving me the central dominance cannot be the right choice. So, yeah, you can really argue about all this if I should do this. I can play in a more centralized way, like here with e4 as the engine suggests. Knight to d2, but I mean I don't think this can be that bad actually. So g6 and yeah, then e4, f4. Yeah. Yeah, I should bring it back to f3. It's what I said during the game, but then I did not, I have to say, I just did not see b5, which is a bit embarrassing. Other than that, without b5, I'm really okay. Oh, what a terrible game. Usually I manage with, at least without a blunder, and I've made like 3 here. Anyway, that is probably, not sure. I mean, around here, it's very fishy anyway. Yeah, e5 given by the engine. But that I didn't really consider this, because I thought here d5 is just hanging, but this is not the case. Yeah, no, it is the case. Knight e4 is this. Yeah, so this isn't that great. And then maybe the e5 in fact, yeah. But what does the engine give? Queen b6 actually, and then just b4. Nah, that is just nah. This is f4. I should have trusted my instinct there, really, that this is crap. And now this is really awful. I was thinking really that after this stuff here with knight to b6 that I'm somehow getting back into it. But knight d4 was bad. Yeah, bishop e3 was better, and then taking b6. Oh my god, well, that's ugly. Yeah, but maybe I have to do it. Yeah, at least I get e5 in. Yeah, that's true. I was thinking I might have enough here. Yeah. But it all didn't work, yeah. Knight b3, bishop e3 doesn't work. At the end I played this, but I'm just collapsing there. Yeah, I'm just fishing here, but there's nothing. I was thinking during the game maybe there was the odd opportunity, but yeah, okay. F takes g6 and bishop h5. Wow. Okay, I didn't have all that much time. Yeah, it's fairly straightforward. Let's see if he does that. I still take, of course. Oh, interesting. So there was a chance, but okay. But at that time we had we didn't have much time left, and bishop h5. Nah, but okay. I mean, that's not really a blunder. They both lose, so what's the point? Yeah, nicely done by my opponent. I mean, I really should have trusted my instinct there that f4 is a bad move. It was a bad move. I did not see why, you know. I didn't see b5 concretely, but